Hey guys, welcome to another SMAB clip. This video is all about group sponsorship decision making and the question why it is important for managers to understand how sponsorship decisions are made in groups. So let's start. First, the understanding of group decision making helps sponsors with the allocation of human resources. For example, if coordinating abilities are required in the decision-making unit, it is useful to look for someone with the abilities to manage and supervise processes. And if sponsors lack human resources to fulfill all necessary tasks in-house, they can even outsource specific tasks to external partners. We call such a sponsorship decision-making group a sponsors buying center, where all members occupy various roles. Second, for sponsees, identifying the roles of the sponsors buying center is a prerequisite for efficient and successful communication. Addressing the right role with a sponsorship proposal not only saves time and effort for both parties, but also increases the prospects of success for the sponsee. Targeting an inappropriate role could even lead to unsuccessful proposals, which results in a loss in revenue. And third, conflicts between members of the sponsors buying center are inevitable. With the knowledge of the roles' different powers, sponsors can better manage such conflicts by assigning appropriate roles to resolve a conflict according to the required strategy. For example, in conflicts where interpersonal problem-solving strategies are necessary, the roles of coordinators or networkers are appropriate because they can persuade someone by using their personal attraction abilities. So, as we already pointed out, sponsorship decisions are usually group decisions with several managers involved. Accordingly, we want to know more about the collaboration between the managers, which results in a decision about sponsorships. One way to investigate this collaboration is to examine the roles of managers in the decision-making unit of sponsoring companies. Remember that such decision-making units are called buying centers, which include all people of a company who are involved in a decision-making process. According to industrial marketing literature, a buying center consists of 6 roles, whereby each role can be occupied by more than one person and one person can occupy more than one role. On a first glance, this original buying center model seems to be applicable to sponsorship decisions because they are also organizational purchasing decisions, since a company purchases sponsorship rights from a sponsee to use them for marketing purposes. But when we take a closer look at the nature of sponsorship, we recognize that it has some special characteristics. Sponsorships are customized services where contract negotiations are an essential part of the decision-making process. Furthermore, sponsors often cooperate with external partners, such as marketing agencies or market research institutes when making sponsorship decisions. Therefore, this question arises: how does a buying center look like in the specific context of sponsorships? To answer this question, the researchers conducted an empirical study, and indeed, they found out that a buying center in the sponsorship context, which we refer to as a sponsor's buying center, differs from the original one. And they did not only identify 2 more roles, but also modified some of them to fit the sponsorship context. As a result, the sponsor's buying center consists of 8 different roles. The initiator started a decision-making process after recognizing a marketing need for the sponsoring company. The deciders are the ones who make the final decisions for or against the sponsorship, and the users implement sponsorship activities based on purchase rights. The sponsor's buying center also includes coordinators, signatories, and experts, which are modified context-specific roles. The coordinators manage the collaboration between the roles within the sponsor's buying center. The signatories are those who check and sign the sponsorship contracts, and experts provide technical knowledge from various specific departments. And finally, they also identify 2 context-specific roles, namely the negotiators and networkers. The findings on the role of negotiators emphasize that sponsorships are customized services where prices and packages of tailored sponsorship rights are negotiated. The networkers are of paramount importance, as they mainly establish and maintain relationships in the market. Accordingly, networkers are especially important when sponsors work together with external partners, because sponsors include external partners such as marketing agencies, market research institutes, consultants, distributors, wholesalers, and markets and subsidiaries in their decision-making process. Sponsors do this by outsourcing specific roles of the sponsor's buying center to external partners. Market research institutes and consultants, for example, often assume the role of experts. And to keep it short, all roles of the sponsor's buying center can be outsourced to certain external partners, except for the roles of deciders and signatories. They always remain within the sponsoring company, so the control over the final decision about a sponsorship remains by the sponsors. Alright, now we know the roles within the sponsor's buying center and we know how the cooperation with external partners works. But which roles within the sponsor's buying center have the most influence? To answer this question, the researchers examined the power basis of each role. Power is one's ability to influence other members' behavior in the sponsor's buying center. They found 5 different types of power bases. First, the reward power, which is the capacity to provide others with rewards for their compliance. Second, coercive power is the ability to punish others for non-compliance. Third, attraction power refers to the ability to ensure others act according to his or her preferences because they like him or her. Fourth, expert power relates to the capacity to exert influence on a decision through specialized knowledge. And fifth, status power is the authority one possesses due to his or her position in the company. The results showed that each role of the sponsor's buying center uses to a certain degree each power base to influence sponsorship decisions. Furthermore, the most influential power base across all roles is expert power, followed by status and attraction power. Reward and coercive power seem to be no major determinants of sponsorship decisions. This low influence of the latter power bases can be explained by the fact that sponsorship is an emotional working environment, where the employed managers inherit a high intrinsic motivation and attach less value to extrinsic motivations such as rewards. But what role has the most power to drive sponsorship decisions? The most influential roles are the deciders, followed by negotiators and initiators. Notably, the negotiator's strong influence highlights the importance of contract negotiations in the context of customized services. The roles of coordinators, signatories, and networks influence sponsorship decisions moderately, while the experts and users exert the least influence in the sponsor's buying center. Although the experts and users draw most heavily on the most influential power base, the expert power, they are no major drivers of sponsorship decisions. Okay, this was a lot of information. So to put it in a nutshell, we can say that a sponsor's buying center consists of 8 different roles, which exert different levels of influence on sponsorship decisions based on their power bases. And if required, sponsors can also outsource specific roles to external partners. And if you want to know more details about the study behind this video and its further results, please read the article Understanding Sports Sponsorship Decision Making, an exploration of the roles and power bases in the sponsor's buying center. It is written by Jan Schönberner, Professor Dr. Herbert Woracek, and Markus Buser from the University of Bayreuth. They published this article in the European Sport Management Quarterly in 2020. To access the full article, click on the link in the description of this video. And make sure to also check out our SMAB Clips playlist on Professor Woracek's YouTube channel to become part of the SMAB community. And also have a look at the brand new SMAB Relevant Management Insights on the website of SMAB Publishing. So watch out for sponsors' buying centers. Bye bye.